so I'm back with another video.
Oh, you start now?
Yeah.
You want to tell me you're ready? You're not going to do like a...
So as y'all can see by the title, this is going to be an Army chit chat video with my good friend. And before he introduces himself, make sure you are subscribed and make sure you turn on your post notification bell. So that way you can be notified every single time that I post. And yeah, y'all, so how this video is going to go is I'm just going to be asking him some questions about military life, the big Army, real Army. And some of it might apply to y'all that are trying to join, and some will just apply to people that just want to hear military people talk military stuff. And we are actually going to be drinking.
That's an audience?
Huh?
That's an audience?
Yeah.
Military people that want to hear military shit?
Yeah, or if you back home right now, you're watching the video and you just want to see what I'm up to, see what he up to, then yeah, that's how we're doing it. We're actually drinking, y'all. So we're about to take us a shot, and then actually he's the guest, so let me pour his first. And then I'm gonna ask him the questions. Okay, so toast to my second guest.
Your first guest was my little cousin. That's what's up, yeah.
The guy I had on that Fort Bragg video, that's his little cousin. I don't know if they real cousins, but you know how they go.
It's real. It's real. It's real.
Okay. So, introduce yourself. What's your name and where you're from? And go ahead and throw in there what made you join the Army.
Okay, so I'm Jamil. That's my name. Or Mill.
Make sure you're in there.
I'm in there? Okay, cool. I'm from East Baltimore. Northeast Baltimore, Frankfort, St. Clair. Exactly. What made me join the Army is where I'm from. I was good at school. No, I wasn't good at school, but I was always smart and good with tests and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I didn't take school serious. I knew college wasn't for me. I just knew it wasn't for me, especially from what I used to get into in my neighborhood and from what I used to get into in school as well. And after I started having a certain amount of issues in school and in my neighborhood too, I knew that I wanted to leave. Okay. I knew that it wasn't nothing for me in my neighborhood or my city. I had to leave my city. The only thing that was going to pay for me to leave my city was the Army.
And how old were you when you joined? I'm sorry.
I was 18.
18. Okay.
18, right before I turned 19. I graduated and was out of school a whole year before I joined the Army because I had to get a whole bunch of like legal things in order and like, you know, people have their different reasons why they gotta wait, different waivers and stuff. Plus I got flat feet. I had to get that right too.
Lord, I got flat feet too, but they didn't get me for that. They got me for my eyes.
Your eyes?
Yeah, I had to get eye waiver.
Oh fuck that. I had lost my car. It was just a lot of shit going on at one time.
Right. So basically, could you say that a troubled high school period kind of led you to the military, or just you feel like that was the next best step?
That was the next, because college wasn't for me. Because I didn't go to school. I went to school on a good week, twice a week. But then eventually,
you ain't get Trumacy.
No, eventually when I was on, when I had a fancy piece of jewelry on my ankle for real. Mm-hmm. Then they made sure I went to school every day, and I was going and stuff. But at that point, it was too late. And
is there a specific reason you joined the Army over the Air Force or Navy? Or
I joined the Air Force. They ain't want me. I mean,
why they want you?
When you got the type of background that I had, you know what I mean. The Air Force, they look at you a certain way.
They picky too. They like.
Yeah, they don't need.
Do we want you?
They don't need people.
Yeah.
Because their recruit numbers is good.
Yeah.
People hear the Army, the Marines, and they feel like it's hard. They're not gonna want to do it, but the Air Force, everybody feel like you get treated better there, but why? I don't like it.
It still seems a little boring.
It's not. I went to school with people in the Air Force. I knew that I wanted to join the Air Force because it was easier, but the jobs the Air Force offered me was trash compared to what I was getting.
Yeah, that's true. They don't offer good jobs, and they try to get you in under a general contract, so they really don't even try to promise you a job until after basic training.
Yeah, they don't give you a job. They give you a list. They gave me a list because my ASVAB score was cool. So they gave me a list and they had 6 different jobs on it. And then my aunt, she like an aunt to me. She was a first sergeant in the Air Force. And she told me like, don't go to the Army, don't go to the Army, don't go to the Army. And
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
I sent her what the recruiter sent me, like the job. She was like, "Oh, that's a good one." Like I would have been a medic.
I don't know what the medics will probably do in it.
They had cyber or something.
I know they always offer people security forces. That's like the main job.
That was on the Air Force too.
Yeah.
Air Force recruiters, they're lazy. Because they know that people will come to them.
Yeah. I went through the same thing. Y'all know I have a video on here talking about that. I'm going to actually link that. So also I want to throw in there because I know somebody tried to call me out the last video I had a guest and told me I was talking over the guest. Yeah. So I'm going to make sure I don't cut you out. But if I do, it's because I'm trying to lead the video to the questions they might be wondering. So I'm not trying to purposely cut you off. I'm not trying to purposely cut him off. Okay, so he kind of gave us a rundown of what made him join. Y'all know why I joined. You hear somebody else's reason for joining. So you can see that you're not alone, right? But I do want to start getting into questions that, you know, a lot of people are searching for right now. And so as far as basic training, and you can touch on AIT or however you want to touch on, do you feel like that experience like met your expectations, or was it like, did it exceed your expectations, or were you like let down? You thought it was gonna be something that it wasn't?
I didn't have no real expectations. I'm just like y'all. Y'all on YouTube looking for what basic training gonna be like. I asked the same thing. I never met nobody that was in the Army. When I went, I wasn't ready. I never worked out before the Army. I didn't.
What?
I played sports in a hood though. Like we played basketball, you got a goal and you just play like conditioning. And then my brother, my best friend, like my brother Don, he a freak of nature. He built different, like literally, like he just built different. So before he the only one I was telling like, bro, I'm gonna join, bro. So we went running and cause I know that you gotta do push-ups. At the time, you had to do push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-mile run. We run like a mug every day. But I'm like, bro, I can't keep up. That was the part that got me.
So you felt like the physical part of basic training was indeed hard, like how people talked about it?
Yeah, it's hard because even if you're strong, you still gonna reach muscle failure. Nobody gonna go through basic. I mean, we went through 2 different times.
Yeah, so.
And like when y'all went through.
It was COVID.
It was COVID. When I went through, that was before they started changing it. We had different sergeant majors.
Yeah, y'all didn't even talk about the ACT yet, did it?
No, we had a whole different sergeant major of the Army. He had a whole different plan. Like the new sergeant major of the Army ended shark attacks. And all that stuff.
I thought it was COVID that ended that.
That was his direction. He changed the way that they do shark attacks. He didn't end shark attacks. But I'm talking about when I came to basic training, I watched a YouTube video that said do a couple push-ups. Do like 5 push-ups every hour. I'm doing 5 push-ups every hour. When I went, man, I ain't had that shit in me. I really didn't.
See, that's crazy because when I went, like, I kept complaining because I was in the gym heavy actually before I left. I actually feel like I'm bigger now than I was before I joined. And I used to complain that this was nothing but endurance type of workouts. Like, you can't get strong in here. In fact, I lost weight in basic training, but I was like a flimsy weight. I was like, what? Like, okay, my stomach went down, but I don't feel strong. Like, when I started going to the gym or tried to go in AIT, I felt weak as fuck because they don't really train you. I mean, the ACT did train a little bit for like muscle to grow strength wise, but I felt like, I don't know, I can't come up with a better workout than this. So I felt like it only challenged me as far as running because we run a lot in the Army and I don't really like running, but who that lifts weight really like running. Even
when I was in basic training, I failed every PT test of the last one.
Really?
If it wasn't for
my... Now he is first sergeant right now. I can't believe this.
If it wasn't for my mans Mike Fuller, Jock Biz, and Fuqua, aka Fuckwad, and the whole first platoon that I was with, like we all pushed each other. Like I was never into PT. I'm into it now, cause once I got into that groove of this, what I'm gonna do, and I see my body. Every dude that go into the Army, after they leave basic training, they're gonna take a picture of their body. Cause you're gonna look different. You're gonna be cut up. You're gonna be cut up.
I wasn't cut though, that's the thing. I had just lost the weight, but I definitely saw a difference when I had the gym too. Because you don't have the gym in basic.
You don't need a gym. That shows you that you don't need a gym. That's what people used to tell me, like, I don't have a gym member, I can't pay. all we had in basic was outside.
Yeah, that's all you have. And I just be like, fuck, I hate this. This is boring. I don't like working out outside. Then like being kind of like brown skin tone, like you get black as fuck in basic. Yeah. They was like, damn, we don't recognize her. When I walked across the stage, we had an online graduation. It was like, where's she at?
Online graduation, fuck that.
Oh, that's another thing that was terrible because we didn't have family day. We had an online graduation, which was robotic as fuck. So it was literally like 20 minutes long. And it was just boring as hell.
I'm over it.
Then we had yellow phase in basic training during COVID. You know, that's where they got to make sure you don't have COVID for the 2 weeks so you can't go outside the room. They had the males and the females split up. And like we had to stay in a room and they started teaching us like marksmanship and like resiliency training. And we were doing like not custom and courtesies, what's it called? Drill and ceremony. Yeah. So that's what they had us doing for the first 2 weeks. That shit was boring as fuck. It was terrible.
Yellow phase.
Yeah, like, and if you got COVID, luckily nobody in our cycle got COVID. Like once we got into our company, but people that had COVID, they was through. So let's get to AIT. Did AIT meet your expectations? Did it exceed it? Did it let you down?
So AIT, that's what I'm saying. I had no I went in this blind.
Clear mind, okay.
So the only reason that I even picked the job that I got, my recruiter was like, "Hey,
what's your job? Because they don't know your job."
I'm a 68 Alpha. I'm a
68 Alpha.
Biomedical equipment specialist, but now I'm a biomedical equipment sergeant. I seen biomedical and I straight joined it. And my recruiter was trying to get me to be a kilo. They look at pee and blood and all that stuff. They lab techs, laboratory technicians. And AIT, that was cool. My AIT is 44 weeks long.
44?
44 weeks long. It's all one phase.
Damn. Wait, so you didn't have to like get split up? Because you know, the longer MOSs, you start getting to like phase 5 plus. You can start bringing your car and your people up there.
So, our MOS, right? 68 Alpha.
That's long as fuck.
We have the longest one phase AIT in all the enlisted MOSs.
Wait. No, that's 68 Juliet. I thought y'all was 68.
I'm 68 Alpha.
Okay.
68 Juliet is the shortest. We have the longest. And we're together in the company.
Okay, so you're not maintenance.
I am maintenance.
Medical maintenance. Okay.
So our training is 44 weeks from when I went through.
Damn, that's long. That's longer than ours.
Yeah, so every...
Shit.
But
enjoy your job.
They tell you what, like everything in the Army, they tell you what you need to do to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something written somewhere.
Yeah.
So as soon as I can get phase 5, that means you can go off post. You can go off post, you can have fun, but you gotta wear your class B's. You and your ASU. You got you stand up.
I'm coming to y'all with my AIT video. And we didn't go out post, so that's new to me.
My first time I went out post with my man Santos. Shout out to Santos. After you get phase 5 plus, you can have your car. When you have an MOS whose AIT is so long, you can get those things. So you can go out post as long as you can't drink. You cannot.
But they was drinking.
I mean, I didn't see nothing, That's what I'm saying. Like, right. I didn't see nothing. I've seen people who got drinking articles. They got in trouble for drinking, but I don't know them.
As long as you be slick. I know they was drinking even when we couldn't go off post. They was going and some people had to hook up and they can go get the liquor. They'll sneak it in, put it in a little flask. I think it's called a flask.
And plus I was 19 at this time.
Oh, you weren't supposed to be drinking no way.
Yeah, I was thinking like, bro, first of all, I'm underage drinking. Then second of all, I'm drinking in general. That's what I'm drinking. I'm underage.
That's what I be telling y'all. That would really make or break your experience in the military. You heard him saying he was being able to like experience this stuff at 19. That's like a good age to feel like the Army is doing, I guess, a lot for you because it's exposing you to a lot. Whereas I'm coming in, I already got high as fuck before, drunk as fuck before. You know, like it did a little bit longer. So coming in, I'm just like, it ain't nothing. Like I'm already look grown, came in at 23, 24.
But that's what I'm saying though, like, you from Memphis, right?
Yes.
I'm from Baltimore. It's not too much. I mean, it's different because y'all the South and we like in the middle. We Mason-Dixon line. Yeah. So it's like everything. I seen them go junkie out for like a shot. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all,
junkie.
Like they would be like fiends.
They ain't used to shit.
Yeah, so it's just like, bro, I already experienced that. I'm not trying to.
Trust me, I know some people right now, you know, that's going through that. It's just like they don't play that shit, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, they don't play that substance use in the military. They keep your ass clean out. So if you can't wait till you not affiliated with the military no more, they ain't playing that shit.
But AIT was smooth.
AIT was smooth, so it met your expectations. It was cool.
It didn't meet my expectations. I was a student first.
I can see that. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that in my video, but he definitely fit a student first. Y'all remember him when I bring up the student first.
I was leader of the mentors.
You used to go off and do those soldier things, right? Where you can go get an AM and stuff like that, and like go compete.
I used to send other people to go there, but that's not for me. But
he very squared away, y'all.
No.
Yeah, he is.
What I'm saying, like AIT 44. That's my first duty station. That's how I treated it. But I love that shit.
Okay. So, sorry y'all, I'm new to this interview and stuff. And then we drinking, so I gotta read now. Who do you think had the best chances of failing or passing basic training when we were in? Like, I know a lot of people get worried that are watching this, like, oh, I don't know how to run as fast. I'm a little overweight, but they were able to get me in. Like, I want to do well. I want to make it through. Like, when you were in basic training with your experience, who do you think had difficulties and who do you think naturally succeeded? Because I said in one of my videos is that the people that naturally succeeded, I'm gonna be honest, was like those very American and patriotic ass soldiers that probably grew up like shooting and stuff like that. You know, they had that look to them. Like those were automatically like, who do we have? PGs, they were like automatically gonna be placed in PG mode. Whereas I feel like, honestly, black women in basic training, we automatically got looked at like, oh, they ain't gonna be about nothing. Like me, I end up showing them like, oh, she in shape, oh, she can do this, and they like be shocked, but they be thinking that you're not gonna be like that. So when they see you be high speed, they be like, damn, she high speed. It be shocking them. And like, they don't know why. What?
I don't know, yeah.
Be honest, look, this nigga gonna make you talk.
My best friend from basic, she was black, Cuban, and Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
She was shit, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like she ran, she could kill PT. She can kill PT. I mean, people that's not gonna make it is people that don't try. You got 9 weeks. Yeah. You got 9 weeks, bro. And especially in my era of basic training, the only reason you can't make it is either discipline or PT.
True.
If you running is something different, but if you can't pass,
it get everybody.
If you can't pass push-ups and sit-ups,
yeah,
at night, if you know that you lack behind everybody else, and you know that you're not passing your 111 or your first PT test, blah blah blah, we knew that time we don't push-ups and sit-ups behind our bed until we fail. It's on you. Cause
you ain't doing shit in the bay anyway. You might as well be working on at the time, the leg tuck was a thing, so it was a lot of females not passing leg tuck. So they had to use their pull-up bar wisely.
If you don't join the army for yourself, you're not gonna make it. If you don't give a fuck, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, because I was like that. I mean, I had military parents, but I can make it through because my pride big. I'm like, I'm for damn sure not about to fail. I'm not about to look like I ain't on shit and I already know I'm a black woman. They already, counting me out. So if you join you black woman as it is, let that be your motivation because they automatically thinking you ain't gonna be, worth the damn in there. So
like me, when I went to basic training, I'm fresh out of East Baltimore. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like my accent way deep at the time. I'm way more aggressive at that time. And then
they're like, hey man, chill.
And then like I linked up with a dude that's from the south side of Chicago. Mm-hmm. And a dude that's from the projects of PG. And we typed this day, Mike and Jock, MMG, that's what we call ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had it out against us. But when you know that you the shit and you prove, like we used to talk a lot of shit, of course, because we was confident. But when we showed like, okay, Mill might not be good at PT. But then on the last PT test, we all fucked him up. But like everything else, like C-burn, range, all this shit, we just gotta perform. And once you perform a certain way, nobody can fuck with you.
Yeah, once you show that you know what the fuck, yeah. I had a situation like one of the drill sergeants literally called me out. She was like, Prelo, you are literally, I can't even remember because I'm fucking tipsy as fuck right now. Basically, she was like, you the most high speed female here right now. And she's like, you the most slept on. I'm like, oh, I already know this. I already know this. They weren't paying attention like they were supposed to, because it was the people that they was choosing out the gate to be PG and to represent and to speak. It was not gonna be nobody like me, you know. But once they caught on, they caught on. So, yeah. But let's switch gears, because I don't really be basic training. That shit be beyond me. I ain't really like that shit like that, honestly. But y'all got a chance, so if y'all want to hear a little bit more about basic and AIT, since it's so much, let me know in the description, in the comment section, then we can like go in depth about it next time. Okay. Because it's a lot that goes into basic AIT. So what was your experience like getting adjusted to your first duty station? So the real Army, the big Army, because going through basic and AIT, you're going to constantly hear it is completely different than what they going to make you think it's like during training.
I love my first duty station.
This one your first duty station.
Technically it's my third. AIT is my first because I'm there for so long. Mm-hmm. But my first actual duty station where I'm out of initial entry training was Korea, South Korea, Camp Humphreys, 121. And it's one of those things you had to be there. If you're not there, 2019 to 2020, people that was in Korea, anybody that's watching it that was there at that time, no. Korea is crazy. Korea is like Las Vegas duty stations.
What?
Korea is...
You wouldn't think that.
No, yeah. Now, everybody knows
it. It's like that gotta be a lame ass duty station.
No. Korea is the place like...
to be.
You're only there for a year.
So everybody kind of living it up like shit.
Everybody
YOLO. The YOLO duty station.
It's so smooth. I asked for Korea though. I was supposed to go to Fort Meade. But Fort Meade is in... Actually, I was supposed to go to Bethesda. That's in Maryland.
Where the fuck is that at?
That's in Maryland. It's right outside of DC. But it's 30 minutes where I'm from. I called my mom and I said, Mom, they talking about sending me back here. She said, that's too close to home.
Yeah.
I said, all right, bet. I'm going to try to get overseas. She said, overseas? You know what I mean? I said, yeah, Mom. That's what I want to do.
She cried.
I asked them for Germany. They gave me Korea. I went to Korea. First of all, in Korea, when you're overseas, the camaraderie is much deeper. They send single soldiers out there.
Yeah.
So everybody's much tighter because you don't got your loved ones. You don't got your spouse sometimes. You don't got your kids with you. You know, we came together. We clicked tight.
Facts.
Korea is lit though. Korea's not a regular first duty station.
But what makes it lit though? Because we always hear about that, like, because it's the difference between Camp Humphreys and Camp Casey, right?
Camp Humphreys is where they put everybody at. Everybody gonna go to Camp Humphreys. Like, the most of the people that are in Korea, the bulk of it is Camp Humphreys. Just like how Fort Bragg is the universe of the Army, the center of the universe. The center of Korea is Camp Humphreys because everybody's there. Like,
because I always hear people that like recommend getting stationed overseas. They like, nah, you need to go to Germany over Korea.
Germany's because you're there longer, and it's all about what you're into. Like, I couldn't be away from home for too long.
Yeah.
I love my family.
So what is like nightlife like? Cause I heard, what's her name? Sweets Kalor. She's a really big YouTuber on here.
She was in Korea the same time.
She was in Korea, and she said that, I remember one of her videos, she was saying that like the NCOs and their soldiers party together, but they be trying to act strict on that, but it's like you can't help that they gonna be at the same club as you. So let's talk to the people about how you think the perspective of you being in the military changes once you make rank, or especially like once you make NCO, because I'm a specialist right now, and I know somebody tried to tell me, oh, it's just certain things you don't understand. You won't understand till you become an NCO. And I'm like, nah, yeah, you're right, because I'm not as acclimated as you to the culture. I'm still halfway civil, I'm closer to civilian, whereas you have been acclimated to look at the regs and look at life like this, because all the training we go through to become a sergeant, they like want you to look at it this way. So how much do you think that perspective changes?
It changes a lot.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because you feel like a civilian, it's because of the environment we're in here. Stationed at Womack. You feel like a civilian because you work around civilians. And the soldiers that you're around, they also work around civilians.
Lame as fuck.
When you become an NCO, that's the biggest, I know people that have been NCOs and became officers. When they became an NCO, that's the biggest moment of your life. It's not no joke shit, yo. This shit really means everything to me.
Oh.
That's why I take it so serious. I engage with every soldier.
I be laughing at him. He said one day during barracks inspection, somebody said, "Good morning." He said, "It's a good morning, isn't it?" I said, "Oh, that's first time."
No, but it's just like, I take it serious because like I told you before, I had people in my hands before. I took them on the wrong path. So that's why now that I got the opportunity to lead soldiers, I take that shit serious.
Yeah, because that's what they're going to train you. Like, oh, you leading soldiers. You the one that's going to be able to protect them or risk their life. You know, you're the one that's basically going to be, commanding them.
Their life is in your hands.
Yeah. And it seemed like you could hear you like, man, please, I'm responsible for passing their lead, but I'm responsible for passing up they training. But it's like, no, we go to war. You legit more than that.
That's a poor NCO. Man, I get into it with NCOs about that. Nobody can say that I don't get in people's ass. I don't care who you are. If you're wrong, you're wrong. We take this shit serious. People give up their children at 17 and sign off for their kids to come in our hands as NCOs to lead them and guide them. And you don't give a fuck about their life.
Don't give a fuck, period.
That fucks me up.
I feel like we run into way more shitty NCOs than good NCOs, and that's completely sad because you showing yourself as a person. I mean, you showing how you are, like you said. You act with your soldiers how you want to do life differently because of how you didn't do it with the past. And a lot of NCOs, they don't look at it like, oh, this is a chance for me to be a better person, period.
Because they never been through that. A lot of NCOs join out of high school. Mm-hmm. And you stay in and you accomplish everything that AR 600
tell you supposed to accomplish.
9-18. Dash 9-18. That's promotions.
Right.
So I take that shit serious. I don't play about that shit. We have legal authority over these people. Their lives belong to us. Mm-hmm. If everything is your fault when you're NCO. You do change when you become an NCO. Mm-hmm. Imagine having a kid that you just met today.
I feel like this too. I feel like I'm gonna be protective over them. I'm gonna treat them like my baby. So if you come here and you don't watch my videos first and I end up being your NCO, I'm gonna treat you like you my baby. You gonna be blessed. Cause it's like I'm not gonna play about you. That's how I look at it. Like, nah, this is mine. Like, you ain't about to. I don't care who it is. You're not about to fuck over my soldier.
Everybody know I don't play that shit.
This is my little brother, my little sister.
Senior leadership, junior leadership, whatever. They know I don't play that shit. Nobody, when they come to my soldiers, I came up in the streets, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when you play with my dogs, you know what I'm saying? That hate.
Okay. So that's
another shot?
Mm-hmm.
Another shot?
Yeah, let's take a shot. You gotta pour up there. So as y'all can see, he is sharing the difference in perspective that you will get once you make NCO. And even if you make like the next rank up, specialist or private, it is gonna be a shift in mindset. That's how the Army trains you to feel. So is that mine?
That's yours.
Okay, yeah, because I don't want that much. Alright. Toast almost halfway through the video. Okay. I got some new type of questions. So it ain't gonna be really Army, but it's Army. Do you feel like you see a difference between women and men living life in the military? And when I say that, I mean like, do you think that women have it better living this type of lifestyle? Do men have it better, like as far as getting adjusted to how it is, meeting new people, dating? Like, I have a best friend, shout out to my best friend DJ. I know he in the Navy and he lit when he just got out, but lit. I'm talking about, he said, hey, I was in Italy, Spain. He had his pick of, black women, women overseas, women in the military. He just had fun and he was able to like go out to the club by himself sometimes and just kind of like do him. And he just like, he looked at the military like, hey, I'm lit. I'm looked at like a provider. Women know I ain't one for shit. Like, what difference do you think it is?
It's a big difference.
What's the difference?
It's because for men, right, in the military, right,
mm-hmm.
we're minimalists, a lot of us, unless you're a clown. Unless you're a clown and you're a materialistic dude, but not clown, you're young. You still haven't got there yet, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You didn't have a life. A lot of dudes in the Army didn't have a life before the Army.
Right.
Their life before the Army was high school.
Facts. So they don't have no personality.
So, you know what I mean? That's different. But I'm saying, you're not wrong for that. You learn yourself and you grow through the military.
Hopefully you do, or you get kicked out.
Or you stay in.
Or you stay in and be fucking serious as fuck.
I know a lot of women that have been in the military. And I know a lot of women that want to join. And it's like, especially women that have their own creative insight about how they do their hair. And all. It's different. It's different about adjusting. Like, think about, like me.
Hey.
When I joined, I had waves with a half moon, the Nas cut, right? The belly from Nas cut. Mm-hmm. Now I got a temp, and it's just waves still. No part. But I can put the part in if I wanted to. But I can't do the curve part, you know what I'm saying? Like, women, they have to, like, if a woman spends $600 or $500 on a week.
$300. I got the vlog coming for y'all. I couldn't do the hairstyle I wanted. I had to get plain black.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's not even the hairstyle I really wanted.
Like, they just starting to incentivize women on having earrings. Like,
and it's fucking earrings.
And it came, so it's good. But it's a big difference between men and women in the military. We can't compare the both because we have two different standards. Biologically, men can do different things that women cannot do. And it's that simple. That's why we have different standards on the PT test. You know,
we down do. At first we didn't because they was trying to integrate it.
No, at first we did.
And it didn't work out.
But they tried and it didn't work out. But that's like, but mentally,
that shit was dumb.
But mentally, we have two different thought processes as well. Depending on, and it doesn't depend on your gender. It really depends on your personality, whether you're masculine or feminine. Because I met masculine women and feminine males. You know what I mean?
You got some walking around here like G.I. Jane. They got that walk.
So it's a big difference. What I've noticed the most, especially for women in the military, is single mothers.
Oh.
They go through it. They go through it. Like I've dated a single mother in the military, and it was difficult for her. You know what I mean? Very difficult for her. It's a whole.
All I'm gonna say is being a soldier that has, never mind. I ain't gonna even comment on it. But hey, that's a good way to get out of shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, she got out of everything.
Huh?
She got out of everything.
Yeah, you get out of fucking everything. If you don't want to do shit in the military, get fucking pregnant.
No.
And don't hand your spouse.
Don't get me wrong. You're gonna find a unit that doesn't care.
Don't give a fuck, and they gonna make you get out. Cause they gonna be like, oh, you don't care.
Not get out. You have the option. Chapter 8. If you want to get out, Chapter 8, you can get out of the military.
Well, what is the difference in dating? Because I feel like as a woman, I know I've been in a relationship while I've been in, so I feel like I don't really count with it. But I feel like if I was a dude in the military, I would feel like my options are limitless. I feel like I'll be doing me, especially coming out of high school. You ain't really growing up, but now, coming out of high school, these little young girls, they try to figure themselves out. But you come in the military, you supposedly got it a little bit together because at least you got a stable paycheck. You ain't want for shit. So because of that, it's like, damn, it'll make it easier for you to at least try to want somebody. So being a man, I feel like I have my way with this shit. I be having fun.
Dating in the military is tough, yo. Because
it's tough.
Because you gotta think about it, right? It's rules to your dating. You know what I mean? You gotta understand. It's rules to it, and it's, for example, Korea, right? Most of the American people you're gonna run across is women. At the time I was in Korea, I was junior enlisted, so I can date any junior enlisted female.
Be honest, were you being a hoe?
In Korea? Nah, I mean, what's a whore?
Do you consider yourself a whore?
I had a girlfriend in Korea.
That mean you weren't a whore.
I wasn't cheating on Victoria. We went on trips. We went on dates.
He said names, so he's serious.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think that you looked at just, I'm living my life, I'm in the military?
I mean, I was. You gotta think about it. I made it out of hell, bro. Like, everybody that I left, I'm going to be living, bro. I already lived.
So, basically, he said he was...
But
y'all hear what he said. He basically
no. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I dragged, Joe. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, for dating in the military, you have to understand this. If you from the ages, you join the military from 17, that's your beginning entry level phase. 17.
21.
17. No, fuck 21. But from 17 to 30, You are in the esquire phase of a man before you become a knight, before you grow. Yo, this is what I'm telling you. You have to understand that when you're dating these women, you have to understand the difference between dating and a relationship. You have to understand that dating and a relationship is completely different. You have to date with the intention that we're going to have a good time and one day it's going to be over. I've met too many men that have got married because they felt like they were in love. They never felt this love before from a blah, 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 blah.
They ain't feel they was in love, it was that coochie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then because of that, they got married, and the military has benefits to getting married. The military has been, don't do that shit.
1,600 extra.
Bro, the most important thing I can ever tell you is don't get fucking married because of the fucking benefits. You're going to fuck your life up. I'm so serious. I'm not saying this as an NCO, I'm saying this as a whole human being. Why would you marry somebody and contractually connect yourself to someone else for an extra paycheck?
We ain't making money like that, so the motherfucker you marry ain't got no money like that.
But dating is different. I mean, I've met women in the military. I've met a lot of women in the military. And I met a lot of dudes in the military. And like Korea is a perfect example. It's free for all in Korea. Like nobody's, a lot of the people over there are single soldiers. So it doesn't matter. But dating in the military, don't do it. Don't do it.
So basically, I looked up by not being with anybody in the military, but being with somebody in the civilian world.
Find a civilian, or if you date somebody in the military, understand that it will one day come to an end. Or if not that.
I don't believe that though.
No. I'm saying it's another side to that. It's possible. But you have to learn that person. Don't rush into proposing. I've been proposed to 3 times as a man in the military.
Wait a minute. You ain't never told me that.
Yeah, why would I tell you that?
Cause that's interesting as fuck. They be like, let's go get married. They be saying that.
They love me. I mean, they feel like they love me, but I'm saying like, it's
trust me. The remotely, not even just talking about him. I'm just talking about remotely good looking men in the military. You gonna have your way because it's. Let me not say that.
It's down a dozen, you know.
Like, yeah, you gonna have your way with as many women as coming through.
No, you're not gonna have your way. Let me tell you, like, don't do that, bro. Like, if you still made it this far in the video and you're a man,
y'all better
have. In the military, and you're in the military, bro, don't be the guy that seems like you're easy to get. Don't seem like you don't have any standards.
So don't be the man like that, because I thought women, we supposed to get that advice. Don't you seem easy to be the woman that can get picked? I know some.
I'm telling you.
Don't be that guy to be a whore, or don't be that guy that just come in and you don't know how to control yourself like you ain't never had a pussy before.
But even if you haven't, like, bro, like, think about that.
Yeah, it can get ugly real quick when you start getting into this dating shit in the military. I've been saved, luckily, for these first 2 years, but I can only imagine. Do you have any unique experiences as a black man while in? I know we kind of touched on a little bit, so you don't got to get too deep into it, but just kind of.
No, I gotta get deep on this one, bro.
Do you feel like it's a difference for black men, black women, anybody that is not the majority when you join?
I don't give a fuck about anybody that identifies as a person, because I'm talking about black Americans, bro. Bro, our country has been through a lot. Mm-hmm. As far as my ancestors going through slavery, which is 100% wrong. I don't care who you is. I feel like I'm moving away from the question. What was the question again? I'm moving away from the question, but like,
let me see.
Do
you have any unique experiences as a black man while in? And that just kind of basically means, like I talked about, I have a video, I'm gonna link it, where I was talking about my experience as a black woman. And I really just kind of said that a lot of instances I had to play it safe. You know, I'm kind of looked at as an underdog. I'm not really looked at first. You know, and things like that. Do you feel like that matters, or you feel like you have a one-up because you are a black man? Like, do you feel like in general you have any type of unique perspective?
You have a unique experience. First of all,
it's not normal. Just basically, remember, if you're joining, it's going to be different because of these factors. You gotta accept that. That's just how it is, and it's not going to be normal. You can't deny it, and you gotta accept that. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise, that you're going to have a different experience because of what your race is.
We're 12% of the country. Mm-hmm. What percent of the military think we are? You look that up and find out on your own. I don't know.
In the Army, we're more. In the Air Force, like this.
I noticed that I had a unique experience as a black man in the military when I went to basic training. I never met somebody from China. I'm from East Baltimore. I'm from the trenches. Like, we get down. You can Google Frankfurt and St. Clair, East Baltimore right now, and you will find out. You get what I'm saying? When I went to the military, I met white people, Chinese people, Korean people, Brazilian people, Hispanic people. They still my friends to this day. I had a first sergeant tell me, you may come off as aggressive. And other listen.
I said that in my basic training video.
Sit back down. You may come off as aggressive, and soldiers may not feel comfortable coming to you.
Oh, I said that in my basic training video.
But listen.
He drunk, y'all.
No. This soldier right here, right? This soldier in her trials and tribulations has been able to come to me because she can see through it, right?
Who, me?
Yeah. Have you not called me in times of need? You feel me? I'm somebody that you can come to. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that you can call me. I appreciate that. You have different experiences as a black man in the military, especially if you come from the streets. I'm not a black man that comes from the military, that comes from the suburbs. I come from the hood. I come from the streets. I come from the trenches. Before I was in the military, you know what I'm saying? I was in that shit every day.
I was told that in basic, they was like, you just come off very strong. I was like, what do you want me to act like?
As a black person in the military, you're gonna come off aggressive. You're gonna come off mean.
Like, no, I'm trying to get this shit over with.
But I met an NCO. He's my NCO right now. He said, when we meet again, I need you to be at least a sergeant.
Yeah.
And we're gonna meet again soon. Okay. And he was my mentor. He said, I see a lot in you that I've seen in myself. Yeah. As us in the military, he pointed at this. He said, as us in this military, you have to hold yourself at a different standard. You have to be professional at all times.
You can't slip.
Because if you fuck up one time, they will use that against you.
Yep.
And you will be
your
out.
Credibility gone. They don't want to ask you nothing. They like, don't even talk in meetings.
That man kept me in the military.
Yeah.
When I was a PV, nothing. Him and my recruiter mean the most to my entire military career.
That's good. I don't have that yet.
He said, when I was in half right position, he said, you a black man in the military, you need to know how to fucking act. You need to know how to be professional. You need to know how to be high speed. You need to be 10 steps ahead of your peers and just to be equivalent.
Okay.
Am I going too long? Am I going too long?
I mean, I gotta steer. Not bad, you know.
Okay.
I gotta steer. So what quick advice would you give to people thinking about them joining the military? Talking to a recruiter, any quick advice you would give them?
First, anybody's thinking about joining, have a 6-year plan. At least a 5-year plan. If your 5-year plan is trash, if it's trash, go to the military. If your 5-year plan is
before they join, they need to have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a plan. If your plan doesn't work, then join the military. I mean, like, it's an opportunity. It's a hell of a career. You know what I mean? So I have a friend from back home whose sister wants to join the military. And I told her, I said, write down your 5-year plan. Tell me what you have. If it's not attainable, talk to a recruiter and see what they can offer you.
Right.
You're in the student loan debt already.
Thanks.
So you've already lost.
I lost, y'all. I ain't get no bonus, no ship fast bonus, no student loan payment. I fucked up. That's why I hate it here.
So it's just like, do your research on your own.
Yeah.
Don't listen to my experiences. Everybody's experience in the military is different. I tell them, and stay in touch with somebody that you know that's in the military. And if you feel like you don't know anybody that's in the military, you do know somebody that's in the military. And if you don't know anybody, reach out to her. Y'all watching this, so you know her.
Hey.
So it's just like
promote.
So it's just like the recruiter cannot get you if you have somebody that's in the military that can be like, hey, no, that's not how this works.
And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
And
I don't care what they talking about.
If you
people can be watching my stuff.
if you can't reach out to Pete, you get what I'm saying? Say be like, oh, my sister's in the military, my cousin's in the military, because that will give you protection right there. I tell people that's about to join workout. Physical fitness is gonna set you apart from your peers. You need to stand out from your peers to be able to promote. Because what's the difference between you and them? That's it. I mean, that's as simple as it is.
Well, we're going to get with the last questions. How can people make the best of their experiences in the military, especially when starting off, especially if you like me and I'm like, man, this shit better be worth it next couple of years.
The best way to experience that is just to live. Like you just need to live and to just enjoy the moment.
That's good advice.
Like nobody's perfect. Your NCOs will not be perfect. But it's on you to remind them that they need to hold you to a certain standard. Your officers won't be perfect. But it's on you to remind them, or to remind the NCOs to remind them that this is what I'm missing from my leadership.
Cause I'm stuck. I'm gonna write me a memo up so fast.
It's just like, don't expect anything. Like come in it like you never met anybody from the military before. Just like me. Like I'm leaving East Baltimore with nobody I know that's ever joined the Army. And I went straight in. And I ain't expect nothing. I ain't want nothing handed to me. I wanted everything the hard way. Everything I got before that was the hard way. So come in with an open mind and just be ready to learn. The military. What was the question again?
Y'all, we've been drinking, okay?
No. Cause I feel like I'm walking away from the question.
Just look, I can't even remember. How can people make the best of the experience?
Oh, making the best. Stop. I got it. Making the best is just to enjoy your experience. No matter where you're at. Like I heard some people say Fort Polk, Louisiana sucks. Because you're in the middle of nothing. Fort Drum, New York sucks.
Cold as fuck.
Because you're around snow half the year.
They're gonna still make you do PT.
Or Fort Irwin, California sucks because it's hot. You're in the desert. Fort Irwin is in the desert. But everything that you experience, not just in the Army, but in the life, is based on experience. And it's what you make it. It's not what you heard from somebody. It's about what you make it. I heard people tell me Korea is trash. I lived my best life. I met some of the best friends I ever had out there. We started a book club. We had a Juneteenth cookout before it became
a podcast.
Before it became a federal holiday. We had a podcast. We did a lot for our community in Korea. Fort Bragg, you told me that like, oh, Fort Bragg is, don't listen. Make it your own experience. So you can tell another soldier one day that when I was in Fort Bragg, I had a good time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in a very rare unit at Fort Bragg. And I can't say that this has been the most developing time of my career. That is what makes you grow. You want challenges. If you want anything easy ain't gonna be good. I want everybody to understand that. Like, I love my duty station right now. Even though I might complain about it, you're going to complain about everything you get in the Army. You're going to complain. Embraces suck, right? But I would not be the NCO I am today without being here. And this is the most troubling experience I've ever had. Your difficult duty station is going to build you. The easy shit is not going to help you out.
I need that easy shit, because this shit
The easy shit is not going to help you out. The hard shit is, you want it the hard way.
Okay, well, that's it, y'all. You know, I try to pride myself on having a channel that keeps it very, you know, honest and genuine with the people that's watching, because I want y'all to make sure that you're joining for the right reasons and you know what you're getting yourself into, and that you're going to know how to, you know, play it once you do join. So that's why I bring other people in here that can share their experience, that can talk to y'all, you know, and luckily I have somebody on the channel that also likes to think profoundly. So that is it for this video, y'all. If you like the questions that I asked, if you want us to go more deeply into one of the questions that I asked in another video, let me know in the comment section if you want to be able to reach out to him. I'm gonna make sure I link ways to reach out to him. You won't find it. You won't fucking find it. Well, we'll figure out a way to get you his number so you can get real
No.
Well.
You won't fucking find it.
Reach out to me and I'll answer the question.
Play messenger. Play telephone.
We're gonna play telephone now. I'm gonna get the questions that you're wondering. Yeah, he said he ain't into all that, y'all. So yeah, that's basically what this video is about, y'all. This is an Army chit chat video. This is a way for us to kind of just talk, let it free flow. We've been drinking a little bit, so that was a way for us to just kind of. It's gone. It was literally almost to the top, and it's almost gone. And that was a way for us to just kind of relax and really talk to y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you are subscribed. And make sure you stay tuned for the next video. We'll get to y'all next time.